Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. In today's video, really excited to be showing you guys some new games that we picked up and that we will be doing deep dives on for the channel. Really big fan of board games in general, and I think that there's some awesome themes with these board games, but also some really interesting mechanics that I am looking forward to diving into. First off, we've got Express, a railroad card game. I believe this might be a reprint or an update of an existing game, but was quite excited to see this at the store. I'm always on the lookout for new train themed games to add to our collection. And, always trying to find a mix of games across the sort of playtime and complexity spectrum. And, hopefully this will be a nice one on that sort of quicker gameplay, relatively easy to set up. So, we'll see how it plays out. But, looking at the back of the box here, the idea behind the game appears to be scoring points by building up your own trains, and train cars are on each card that you have. Looks like there's some interesting wild cards and special cards that you can use for sort of accelerating yourself along or trying to slow down your opponents. So, really cool artwork by the looks of the back of the box here, and looking forward to giving this game a try, and hopefully it will end up in our long-term rotation of train games. But excited to see how this one works and plays. Next up, we've got a cool looking game called Flock Together. Was really excited when I saw this one get released. Really cool sort of theme and artwork to it. Love the look of the characters on the front of the box here. And I like the idea that it's a cooperative game as well. I don't exclusively play cooperative games, but I find it's nice to mix them in every now and then. Gives a different sort of way of being able to tackle a game and sort of compete with other people that you're playing with. So really interested to kind of deep dive into this one. The basic idea of the game seems to be that you are trying to defend your farmyard coop area where you live, and you're trying to fend off the predators. Looking at the back of the box here, the board and cards and all the little tokens and everything that come with the game look amazing. Really cool work that they seem to have done here. You can see the concept. You can level up your chicken over time in the game. I think that's really cool. But just a really amazing looking game. And I think it should be interesting to see how this one plays. Hopeful that the gameplay will live up to how cool the artwork and general presentation of the game look. So I think this will be a fun one. Like I said, interested to see all the tokens and everything up close, but also interested to see how the strategy kind of develops and comes together, how you're able to work together with the other members of your flock, I guess. And interested to see how deep the strategy goes, how many different sort of options and decisions you can make throughout the gameplay to affect the outcome. So really excited about this one. I think it's a neat idea, and also just really love the fact that it's kind of a lighthearted take on a theme. You can see the chickens out front here on the front of the box with the predators around the edge. Not necessarily an entirely lighthearted concept, but I love the fact that they've gone with the artwork and the presentation of the game in sort of more of a lighthearted manner. Should be a lot of fun and looks like a very distinct game. Next up, we've got another new cooperative game, Slay the Spire, the board game. This is based off of Slay the Spire, a video game, a PC game. I have not actually played the PC game. Kind of surprising. I've heard a lot about it and it sounds really cool. So interested to see what they've done with the game here versus the computer game, seeing some of the differences and how actually true to the PC game it is. Always interesting when companies kind of adapt games across mediums. Doesn't always work out, but hopefully this will be an interesting and fun one. This is a cooperative deck building strategy game, which I think sounds cool. Always interested to play new deck building games. Some interesting strategy that usually arises from that. And this is a really, really huge box. Lots of stuff in it by the looks of the content list here on the back of the box. But definitely some interesting elements. I love the fact that there's miniatures, lots of different types of cards, and interested to see how this one plays and how it sort of grows over time, like how variable the different play sessions will be, how much strategy you can enact, and just how the deck building stacks up versus other deck building games out there. So interested to see how this one goes. I really like strategy RPG games. I think there's a lot of potential for some really interesting takes on that in this game. And by the looks of it, both the size of the box and everything they have laid out here on the image on the back of the box, I think this should be a really meaty game with a lot of great stuff to not only look through and sort of get immersed in as we're learning the game, but should hopefully give a lot of interesting play sessions and games over time as we make our way through the game and through the concept and the world here. So, hopeful. This is definitely a bigger game. This is a 60 to 90 minute game is what they say on the side of the box. Interested to see, just how often this game might pop up in our play queue, and really hopeful. Like I said, I haven't played the PC game, but I've heard amazing things about it. So I'm hoping that they've captured at least a fraction of that coolness and the interesting gameplay in the board game here. And last but not least, we've got Distilled. This is a strategy game with the theme of spirits. Basically, you're distilling and brewing various beverages. Really interested about how this concept and sort of theme actually plays out in the game. I'm a big fan of strategy games in general, but when I see interesting themes come around, that definitely is an extra sort of draw for me to try a game out. And this is another one where I think they've done an excellent job with all of the artwork. It's definitely, when it comes to the idea of alcoholic spirits, I think it really lends itself to a lot of strategy elements with all the different types of ingredients and the processes that go into making those different beverages. So interested to see here how that all comes together in the gameplay. And, in theory, based on some of the things they're saying here, talking about all the different uniquely illustrated cards and components, it seems like there could be a lot of long-term life to this game as well. A lot of differences from playthrough to playthrough based on what you have access to and what sort of pops up at different points in the gameplay. So really interested to see how this one works out. Like I said, big strategy game fan, but this is one that I hope plays out really well. I think it's a really cool concept, and different from the themes that you see on a lot of other games. So looking forward to trying this, seeing how it comes together. And I will, like I said, on all of these games, I will report back after we do some playthroughs on our experience, not only with the gameplay, but all the different elements inside the box. Should be really cool to see all the different game cards, as well as, figures and various components. All four of these games really expressed to a lighter, a lesser extent, but all of these games seem like they've really gone and put a lot of effort into the board space and all the different elements that you interact with throughout the game, which I think can add a lot to the overall experience. So super excited about these games. Like I said, you can expect videos upcoming on the channel as we do deep dives into each one of these. Looking forward to getting more board game and video game content up on the channel. We may have to go back and try out the Slay the Spire PC game as well, just to, have a reference point to compare against with how the board game matches up versus that PC gaming experience. But overall, really excited about these and looking forward to lots of board gaming ahead. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.